Hi, this is Manuel, Delta Lima 2 Mike Alpha November. Welcome back to my channel. At the end of this year, 2022, I wanted to show you something special that I'm thinking of for quite some time. I had the idea to prepare basically a container that will always be in my car, regardless where I am, and contains some basic radio equipment. So you, in case of an emergency, you can make contacts, and not only VHF, UHF radio, also shortwave radio. But why? Of course, everybody has a radio at home. Of course, I have a radio with me when I'm doing portable operations. But imagine all the other times you're on your way at work, at your customer, visiting a friend, doing some non-ham related stuff, and then something happens. You have no way. Imagine the electricity breaks down, the cell phone network is not working, electricity is gone. Now suddenly you're in a situation where you have no way to communicate with your family at home, negotiate maybe what to do. Maybe it's a regional thing going on, like a environmental catastrophe or power plant exploded. I mean, the scenarios are endless, but you need to have a way to communicate. So to negotiate if it's better for your family to come to you, meet something somewhere outside, or if you come home. And for this, I want to have a set of communication on board permanently with me. And the problem with that is you usually would have sitting a few hundreds, if not thousands of bucks inside your car unused, so that was not an option for a long time. Fortunately, we do now have the uSDX, so everything is cheaper. And the main thing you need to consider basically is the energy source, because, well, it gets pretty hot in the summer, it gets pretty cold in the winter, the car is usually outside. So you need to have an energy source that will be available in 5 or 10 years. When you need it, it will be ready to use. So that's the main issue here. Now finally I've set up this thing and I'm going to show you what's inside. Let's have a look. This is it. It reads emergency radio case DL2MAN for shortwave and ultra shortwave. Looking inside, this is some kind of instructions on which frequencies we will meet in what case. This is one of the major aspects of emergency communication. I mean, what's the use of all of this if you don't know where you meet on bands? So think of that ahead of time. Write it up, give it to everybody who participates, so that in case anything goes wrong, you know where you meet. This is 5 meters of RG174. I usually don't use that. It of course works, but it's a little bit more sensitive when you step on it. And it's extremely bad to solder because it will melt away. But I don't miss it. It works, so it went in there. Next item here is the uniform 01 antenna for 80, 60, 40, 20, 15, and 10, and I think 17 and 70 meters is also in there, yes. This doesn't perfectly match the uSDX, which is the low band version, 80, 60, 40, 30, 20 meters. But well, 30 meter in case of emergency, I'm not so sure if that will be an issue. But 80, 60, 40 is the bands that I'm looking for in case of an emergency. Then I have a Baofeng inside here, which is pre-programmed with all the local and over-regional frequencies, including relays, direct frequencies, and even the broadcast stations are programmed in there. This is a little bit of extra string, so I can pull this antenna up if I need to. This is an empty case for 6 AA batteries for the Baofeng, and now we are right in the middle of it. Because if you use the original lithium iron rechargeable batteries that come with the radio, they will be empty when you need it. So I bought this 6 times AA empty boxes that will click in here. Inside there are 6 of those Energizer Ultimate Lithium, which is I think lithium iron disulfate technology, the same that the military is using for their radios. At least the US military, I know that they are using this technology because of at least 20 years of shelf life, and you can read it here. Yeah, it's good for up to 2042. And they are rated for minus 40 degrees Celsius up to plus 60 degrees Celsius, which is exactly what we need when we drive it around all year long. And in 10 years from now, I want to use it. They are still good. This is the main issue when thinking about such a case that will store somewhere. Think about energy. The antenna for the Baofeng, of course, this is the K6ARK pedal. Really great design. It works, costs just $2 if you print it, and the rest is just small internal stuff. I have, thank you Adam for sharing this. And this is SMA BNC adapter, you know, just in case you run into some issue where you need to connect to BNC or whatever, just in case. A cable for that. This is a 8 times AA battery holder, which is soldered with a connector for the uSDX power supply or power connector. And this will give basically 2 days of constant transmission for the uSDX. So I think this is a week or 2 week long of normal use. Then I have a small pencil, a little bit of silica gel to suck up the rest of the moisture that might come in here while I'm packing it. And the only thing that's missing here is in-ear headphones. I don't have them handy, so I ordered them. They will get in there because the onboard speaker, as we all know, of the uSDX is just, yeah, it's just an excuse, an emergency thing. But if you can go for external active speaker or headphones, go, because then only then the uSDX will be at its full potential. And why not an active speaker? Yeah, simply because of the energy issue. If you have an active speaker, it will usually come with an internal lithium-ion battery, and this, of course, will be empty when you need it. So passive headphones, in-ear for the size of it. That's about it, just for you as an idea of what you can do if you're into emergency communication. And I mean, it doesn't hurt to have a radio on board, right? I'm not one of those extreme guys that always have it installed in the car. I'm not so much into constantly doing radio. But in case of emergency, I would like to have one handy. And I think this is a pretty good opportunity, and the uSDX opened the door for that. I hope you like that idea, and I see you next time. 73, bye-bye.